Everybody is looking for ways to cut sugar and stay healthy, but what if the real story about sweeteners is far more surprising than you think? Stick around until the end because you'll discover some eye-opening truths and practical tips that could change how you think about sweeteners and your gut health. In our ongoing battle against sugar, many of us have turned to artificial and natural sweeteners. We see them everywhere, from diet drinks to yogurts, promising all the sweetness with none of the calories. It sounds like the perfect solution, doesn't it? For decades, we've used these sugar substitutes to help manage weight and control blood sugar, especially for those living with diabetes. The global market for these products is enormous, projected to be worth billions, which shows just how much we rely on them. But what if these clever chemicals are doing more to our bodies than we first thought? It's a question scientists are now exploring with fascinating results. The basic idea behind sweeteners is quite simple. They are compounds that stimulate the sweet taste receptors on our tongue, but our bodies either don't absorb them or can't break them down for energy. This is why they are often labeled as zero-calorie. Take aspartame, for instance. It's broken down into components that are used by the body, but it's so intensely sweet that only a tiny amount is needed, making its calorie contribution negligible. Others, like sucralose, are created by modifying a sugar molecule so that our body no longer recognizes it as a source of fuel. They simply pass through our system largely untouched. However, the story doesn't end at our taste buds. Recent science has revealed that these sweeteners don't just vanish without a trace. Their journey through our digestive system brings them into direct contact with the trillions of microbes living in our gut. This bustling community, known as our gut microbiome, plays a crucial role in everything from our digestion to our immune system and even our mood. We are beginning to understand that what we feed these tiny residents has a profound impact on our overall health. The surprising truth is that these supposedly inert sweeteners might be actively communicating with our gut bacteria, and the messages they send could be changing our metabolism in unexpected ways. The central promise of sweeteners is that they help us avoid the blood sugar spikes that come from eating sugar. For a long time, this was considered their greatest benefit. If you consume a drink sweetened with sucralose, you won't see your blood glucose levels rise as you would with a sugary equivalent. This has made them a popular tool for people with type 2 diabetes. Yet, emerging research is challenging this simple narrative. Scientists are now asking if these sweeteners, despite not containing sugar themselves, could be indirectly influencing how our bodies handle sugar when we do consume it. The answer appears to lie deep within our gut. Think of your gut as a complex and vibrant garden, teeming with thousands of different species of bacteria. Just like a garden, it needs the right balance of species to thrive. Some of these microbes are incredibly beneficial, helping us digest food, produce essential vitamins, and keep harmful bacteria in check. When this delicate ecosystem is disrupted, a state known as dysbiosis, it can lead to a host of health problems. Recent studies have thrown a spotlight on how artificial sweeteners interact with this inner garden. It seems that some of them can act like a weed killer, reducing the populations of beneficial bacteria such as lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, which are vital for a healthy gut. This interaction is far from straightforward. A fascinating study published after July 2023 showed that sweeteners like saccharin and sucralose could significantly alter the gut microbiome, but only in some people. Researchers identified two groups: responders and non-responders. In responders, consuming these sweeteners led to notable changes in their gut bacteria, which in turn impaired their ability to manage blood sugar levels. Non-responders, however, saw no such effect. This groundbreaking discovery tells us that the impact of a sweetener isn't universal. It's deeply personal and depends entirely on the unique collection of microbes you already have living inside you. Your gut microbiome dictates how you will react. So, how can a change in gut bacteria affect our blood sugar? The mechanism is truly remarkable. In one landmark experiment, scientists took gut microbes from human responders who had consumed saccharin and developed poor glucose control. They then transferred these microbes into sterile mice that had no gut bacteria of their own. The result was astonishing. The mice quickly developed glucose intolerance themselves. This proved that it was the altered gut bacteria and not the sweetener directly that was causing the metabolic problem. The microbes were the middlemen, changing how the body processed sugar and leading to spikes that wouldn't have happened otherwise. This personalization of health effects is a revolutionary concept. It explains why scientific studies on sweeteners have often produced conflicting results. One person might drink diet soda every day with no issue, while another finds that the same habit disrupts their blood sugar control. It all comes down to the individual's microbiome. This means that a one-size-fits-all recommendation for sweeteners is no longer sufficient. To truly understand whether a sweetener is good or bad for you, you almost need to know what's going on inside your own gut. It's a clear demonstration of how personalized nutrition is the future of health and wellness. When we look closer at individual sweeteners, a more complex picture emerges. They are not a single, uniform group. Each one has a distinct chemical structure and interacts with our body in a unique way. Take saccharin and sucralose, for example. The large 2023 study involving 120 healthy adults found that both of these sweeteners negatively impacted blood sugar responses in the responder group. Saccharin, in particular, may also disrupt our glucose balance by reducing the body's release of a crucial hormone called GLP-1, which helps trigger insulin secretion after a meal. This shows a direct link between the sweetener, the gut, and our hormonal response to food. On the other hand, not all sweeteners appear to have these negative effects. Stevia, a natural sweetener derived from the leaves of the Stevia rebaudiana plant, has shown more promising results in studies. Research indicates that stevia is often metabolically neutral, meaning it doesn't disrupt blood sugar or insulin. In fact, some studies suggest it might even be beneficial. Compared to sugar, stevia has been shown to lower both post-meal glucose and insulin levels, and it may even help increase the diversity of our gut microbiome, which is a key marker of good gut health. This makes it a potentially better choice for those concerned about metabolic health. Aspartame is another widely used sweetener that often gets a lot of attention. While some studies have raised concerns, others paint a different picture. For instance, a 12-week trial involving people with type 2 diabetes found that replacing sugar with aspartame actually helped lower their HbA1c levels, a key long-term measure of blood sugar control, without causing adverse effects. Some preclinical research has even suggested that aspartame may encourage the growth of beneficial bifidobacterium in the gut. These mixed findings again highlight that the effects can be highly variable, depending on the person, the dose, and the duration of use. The key takeaway here is that you cannot lump all sweeteners together. Each one must be evaluated on its own merits, and more importantly, in the context of your own body. If you notice that a certain diet drink or sweetened product seems to be affecting you negatively, perhaps causing bloating or other digestive issues, it could be a sign that your gut microbiome is a responder to that specific sweetener. Listening to your body is crucial. The science is clear that saccharin and sucralose are more likely to cause issues for susceptible individuals, while stevia appears to be a safer bet for most people's metabolic health. Given this complex new information, how should we approach sweeteners in our daily lives? The first step is to see them as a tool, not a magic bullet. Their primary purpose should be to help you reduce your intake of added sugar, which we know is harmful to our health. They can be a useful stepping stone for weaning yourself off a high-sugar diet. However, they should not be seen as a free pass to consume unlimited amounts of sweet-tasting foods and drinks. Moderation is absolutely key. Using them strategically to cut back on sugar is a sensible approach, but relying on them long-term in high quantities might invite other issues. Special caution is also warranted for certain groups. Pregnant women, for example, should be particularly mindful. A 2024 Chilean study linked high sucralose consumption during pregnancy to an increased risk of developing gestational diabetes, showing a direct impact during this sensitive period. For children, the advice is even clearer. It's best to avoid sweeteners altogether. Early life exposure can alter their developing taste preferences, making them crave intensely sweet foods later on. It also disrupts the brain's natural reward system, where the taste of sweetness is normally paired with the arrival of calories. This mismatch can confuse satiety signals and potentially lead to overeating. The most effective strategy for long-term health is not to simply swap sugar for sweeteners, but to build a diet around whole, unprocessed foods. A diet rich in fiber from vegetables, fruits, and whole grains is the best way to nourish a diverse and healthy gut microbiome. When your gut is thriving, it is more resilient and less likely to be negatively affected by any single food item. Remember, sweeteners are an additive. They don't provide any nutritional value, whereas whole foods are packed with the vitamins, minerals, and fiber your body and your gut microbes need to function optimally. A healthy diet is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to use sweeteners is a personal one. The science tells us that our individual responses vary greatly, so what works for one person may not work for another. If you choose to use them, opt for those with a better track record like stevia, and pay close attention to how your body responds. Try eliminating them for a couple of weeks and see if you notice a difference. The goal is not to find the perfect magic substitute for sugar, but to reduce our overall reliance on sweetness and embrace a balanced lifestyle that supports your unique biology from the inside out. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe, like, and share this video with others who might benefit. And we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below with your own experiences or questions about sweeteners and gut health.